Hey, this is Ricky Warwick.
And this is Damon Johnson from Black Star Riders, and you're watching Underkill TV.
Bring me some whiskey, grab me a bottle from Tennessee.
Welcome to Underkill TV. I'm joined by good friend Ricky Warwick and Damon Johnson from Black Star Riders. Guys, how you doing? How's the tour been going?
We're good, Alistair, thanks. Everything's been going really well.
It's fantastic, man. You know, we're kind of at the midway point through the UK section of the tour. We started in Europe for about a month, and so yeah, we got 2 weeks left, man. But it's been fantastic.
This has been a pretty big UK tour, let alone Europe on its own. I mean, most bands would do Europe and the UK in the space of the whole UK tour. I mean, you've not just picked 6 or 7 venues. Has it been demanding, or?
Yeah, it's always, demanding isn't as demanding as this lifestyle can get. We're not all fighting a war, digging a ditch for a living, as I always say. But yeah, it's been almost 9 weeks by the time we're finished. That's a long time to be away from home when you've got family and kids and stuff. But it's been great. We've been all over the place. We've played everywhere, and we're out to establish the band. And for all intents and purposes, this is a new band, which I know it seems kind of funny saying that, but we are. So we need to go out there and prove ourselves, and no better way than to play anywhere and everywhere, which is what we've done.
Well, as you say about the band, what a way to start. I mean, the album had fantastic reviews in all the press, and it also charted in the UK charts. It must make you feel really proud then.
No, I was super grateful for that, and I think that's got a lot to do with why we wanted to play as many places as we are. We felt like we had made a good album, but I don't think we were fully expecting to get the reaction that we did from the press, and even more importantly, the support of the fans. I mean, they've just been fantastic. So, and we felt like if we were going to come all the way over here, let's see as many people as we can. So, I don't know that we'd want to do 9 weeks every time, but it's been a great way to launch it, and certainly the kind of the diehard Thin Lizzy base is here, and they've been fantastic, and just gave us an amazing springboard to launch the whole thing.
Absolutely, and I mean, as you say about like festivals as well. I mean, you guys obviously you've done Download earlier in the year, and you've done Hard Rock Hell yesterday, was it? I mean, how did that go down? Did it go down really well? Did the crowd accept you? Because I mean, as you say, it's a new band.
Unbelievable. I mean, the room was absolutely rammed. You couldn't have got more people in there if you tried. The reaction was fantastic, and the place just went off. It was great. Phil from Motorhead got up and did a song with us, which was great fun. The whole vibe of the whole festival was really, really good, and it's just nice to see people now singing along to the new songs as well as the Lizzy classics that we're playing. Obviously, songs like Kingdom of the Lost and Bound for Glory are just going over as if we've been playing them for 20 years, and that's a great feeling.
I mean, as you say, I mean, when you go to talk about those 2 songs, obviously, I mean, classic rock and Planet Rock Radio have given you some fantastic airplay and media coverage. Joe, who reviewed the album for us on Underkill TV, he said it's probably the best record he's heard since 2010. He said it's absolutely fantastic from start to finish. So how did the name actually come about then, guys?
Well, that's all Ricky's fault.
Rick?
Yeah, we were, like everything else, finding a good band name is really hard to do these days. All the good ones have been taken. I mean, I was lucky to have been in a band with a great name. So the bar was already set high, but we wanted a name that was anthemic and would look good on t-shirts, tattoos, biker jackets, all that kind of stuff. That was very important to us. Something that was instantly recognizable, like a brand, and something that was really strong. It's easy to say that. It's really hard to come up with a name, and we were struggling. People were throwing everything into the ring, and nothing was sticking. So the deadline was drawing near, and we were really starting to panic. And I basically just went back to a movie called Tombstone that we watched all the time. The Kurt Russell one, and listened to the script, and Black and Star and something jumped out at me, and I thought, well, Black Star is kind of cool. It's not enough, but these guys are outlaws, are riding horses. Well, like Black Star Riders. And that was it, and emailed it off to the boys, and pretty much everybody came back with a thumbs up.
Yeah. Ricky and I are pretty good about responding quickly when we email each other. And I remember getting that email, and there were some other names along with that one. And I wrote him back, and I just said, hey, what's up with this Black Star Riders? You know, and he told me about the whole Tombstone, the movie connection, and that was enough for me. I was like, I'm in. You know, let's go with that.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. And I mean, obviously with the album, I mean, you guys are out promoting that. How many songs do you actually play off the album? Does it vary every night, or?
No, we play 9 songs. Yeah, so pretty much the whole record, bar 2. Yeah, no, we again, we were coming up with a set list. I said, look, I'll put one together and I'll email it off to everybody and see what we think. And usually when you do that, you fully expect everybody to come back and go, no, I want to change this, I don't want to play that, I don't want to play that. And everybody kind of came back and went, yeah, this is pretty good, this works. And we got into rehearsals and ran through it, and it worked straight away. Everybody felt comfortable about it. Tried the first few shows, we still felt comfortable about it, and we've stuck with it. So, you know, we've got 9 BSR songs in there, and I think, you know, 9 Lizzie songs, so you're getting 50-50 set.
I mean, obviously, as you say, it's really important to get those new songs across, because you say it is a new band. And one thing I noticed with the reviews I read on Download, especially, because you guys were put in last minute, weren't you? I think Buck Cherry dropped out and you guys stepped in. That I think the first, 2 paragraphs of your review I read in a certain press magazine, it didn't even mention the fact that, you know, they didn't even mention Thin Lizzy in that. So obviously that tells you guys are obviously doing something right.
Well, and again, man, we're grateful for that reaction all around. You know, we actually had an opportunity to visit with a couple of the guys from Classic Rock at Hard Rock Hell, and you know, they were very forthright. They said, listen, man, you know, nobody knew what to expect. Everybody was kind of, you know, we'll see what's going to happen. And, you know, when they got the album, they were very, in their own words, they were very relieved that it was very good, you know. So, and then even that's not a guarantee that the songs are going to work live. And I think that's the thing that we've been most pleased about on this whole run. You know, the fans have been fantastic.
The song is done for MTV. Can you fucking say that I'm a sick liver? 'Cause I'm sick. A sick liver. 'Cause I'm.
Okay, welcome back. I'm sure one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys was obviously the album. I mean, those that haven't bought the album yet, I mean, there's 2 formats. There's the normal CD. Obviously, you've got vinyl as well. But there's a limited edition sort of digipack which comes with the DVD. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we really have to give some credit to our management, Adam Parsons and Ace Trump. In addition to being really skillful managers, they're great fans. You know, they're music fans, and they have lots of music at home and are kind of collectors themselves. So I think it was Ace that kind of came in and said, you know, they wanted to talk to the label about putting an extended version together. And I remember we were actually in Los Angeles making the album when over lunch one day the guy said, hey, listen, we're going to start videotaping some interview segments because we want to put this bonus thing together. And speaking for myself, I was so distracted with the album and just thinking about the songs and the parts and all that. I just kind of went, oh, okay, great. You know, whatever you want to do, that's fine. So it wasn't until I started seeing some of the footage, the interview footage that we got, and then ultimately getting the digipack and holding it in my hand and just going, wow, this is like U2 or the Stones or something. It looks unbelievable. And yeah, the fans, they've loved it. And there's so much great content in the video now, you know, because we combined some of the studio shots in there. And I thought it was really unique, you know, to talk to the band as the album was being recorded and kind of getting their thoughts through the process. You know, there was never a point in there, I think, where we were going, oh yeah, the record's going to be great and everybody's going to love it, because we didn't know. You know, it was right in the thick of the whole process. So I think that makes that digipack even more unique.
As I say, Rick, I mean, to a collector, I mean, especially like myself, it is something, as you say, as Damon say, it's so fantastic to look at. It's a little book, you know, and you've got both the discs.
And the artwork's obviously so striking with the Gilla Evelyn stuff, you know, and the pin-up girl and the whole B-17 bomber thing, and you know, the vinyl's a gatefold sleeve and it opens out. There's also different colored vinyl packs you can get. You know, and it's all something that obviously we're very aware that, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, digital's where it's at now, and most people are downloading their stuff. But as well as embracing that, you know, we're all old school. We all grew up with vinyl and really good value for money, and we wanted to make sure we had every base covered, and that's what we set out to do. And we've got a great label in Nuclear Blast who still believe in that as well. So they work with us on that, and they've been phenomenal, you know.
Excellent stuff. Well, guys, I have two questions here with two competition winners. I'm going to fire them away at you guys. I'll do one for you, Ricky, and one for you, and Damon. I'll fire away with, is it yours first, Mal? I'll fire away. Obviously, when you wrote the album, Mal was saying the chemistry between you guys clicked. Did you click straight away, or seem you've written a lot of songs together? Did you find that was the case when you were writing? It just seemed to work straight away.
Who's that to me? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You know, we didn't know either. We didn't know. I mean, obviously we got on as friends, but that doesn't mean anything when it comes to writing songs. You know, you've got to have a similar vibe. You've got to understand each other, and you can only really do that when you sit down with somebody and start getting the guitars out and actually trying to make some music. But Damon came out to my place in LA for a week, and we had the house to ourselves during the day. And straight away, you know, the Monday morning we're in the kitchen, we're making coffee, and you know the iPad's on and the radio's on, and Diana Ross and the Supremes come on, and Baby Love, and we're both going, that's such a great song. And within 5 minutes we'd ripped it off, and then 10 minutes later, Someday Salvation was written. So you're kind of going, we're looking at each other, we were laughing because everybody's going to thinking the first song that we were going to write would have been like really rocky and heavy, and here's this sort of Motown groove on this, you know, almost Dancing in the Moonlight kind of feel song. But what a great song to start with, and then we were off and running, and you know, you get confidence in each other, and you know what each other's into, and what way to take it, and that kind of thing. You just learn. That's something you just get. But at the end of that week, we had 6 or 7 solid, really good ideas written. So yeah, I guess we did click straight away. Songwriting love at first sight.
A question from Tim Lewis was to Damon then. Obviously the album All Hell Breaks Loose, what is the most challenging song to play live, would you say?
Good question. I think the most challenging song to play live after playing the album, you know, in concert for 6 or 7 weeks, it might be Valley of the Stones. And the reason I would pick that song is everything in it is very rapid fire. I mean, the song has, you know, pretty swift tempo, but there's so many parts, and there's so many kind of left turns and stops and starts, and we're all fans of that kind of music. I mean, even a lot of the original Thin Lizzy songs, there was a lot of arrangement parts, and I know that Phil Lynott and Brian Downey as a rhythm section, they would always have interesting things that they would play and jump into the next section, and for whatever reason that song was really loaded with that kind of stuff. It's really the section of the set that Ricky put together that I feel like is the most intense, because we basically play Kiss in the Ground, Valley of the Stones, and Emerald back to back. So it's so heavy and such a powerful moment in the show. But it took me a few weeks to I had to make notes to myself, like, okay, I have to be paying attention at the end of, you know, Kiss in the Ground, going into that. A lot of great guitar bits in there, you know, that Scotty and I play together. I would say Valley of the Stones, without a doubt.
Excellent stuff. Well, guys, I know it's not long now till you're going on stage, and we really do appreciate you coming by to talk to us today. We wish you a really good Christmas. Obviously, we're in December now, and we wish you all the very, very best for 2014. And hopefully, if there is another tour, we can perhaps catch up then. Perhaps maybe talk about a future Black Star Riders record. You never know. Brilliant stuff. Fantastic stuff. Well, guys, thank you very much. This is Alistair signing out with Damon and Ricky for Underkill TV from Black Star Riders. Thanks, guys.
Good idea.